Welcome back to another episode of the Tacho Show, and we have the Datamines here for the Ivy and Hortensia banner here, basically Elusia. So we have Hall of Forms, we've got info on the new GHB unit, Mauvier, and all sorts of other goodness. So let's start things off with Hall of Forms as usual. Alright, let me make this a little bigger. God, I hate the way Reddit does images now. It's so ugly. Like, look at this. All this bullshit is around the image. I just want to see the image. I don't want to see none of this Reddit nonsense. So here are the next units for Hall of Forms. We have Legendary Ryoma. We have Halloween Male and Female Corrin, and then we have Fallen Lilith. Ooh, that's a rough one in terms of merging, because none of these guys are easy to get copies of. Legendary Ryoma is not very good. He's one of the more aged legendary heroes for sure. They turned him into a flying god sword, but that's not very good. Now, you can give him stuff like Guidance 4, Soaring Guidance, and I mean, he can at least contribute, but he's one of those old legendary heroes that doesn't have the pair-up feature, so he's not even getting the increased BST. So you would have to run Dual 4 on him to score higher. So he would just end up being a scoring bot, nothing too crazy from him. The two Corrins aren't terrible, I guess. They could look interesting after getting refines. Like, especially this one who has Negating Fang, the female one. But I think the male one is in a little bit less luck. His situation is way worse than hers, because he doesn't have Negating Fang, and then his stat line wasn't so great. This one's got a little bit of speed, the female, and her color is pretty nice as well. She's a blue unit. So maybe she could look okay. There's definitely some decent skills you can end up giving her as well in Hall of Forms. Like, what is there for dragons? Counter Roar would be an option, I guess. You could just go like Magical No Follow-Up or Tempo 4 as well, like Attack Res Tempo if you want to go for that. And A skills, you could go Finish 4, you could go for Prime 4. There's quite a lot of options, right? So she's okay. And then Lilith has a really interesting support where she's giving null follow-up to herself and her support ally. Then she can warp in. So, I mean, you might want to actually give her pass now, because Warp Bubble has become legitimate with the new Mur that we got, and also, like, Gatekeeper, and, like, just, Warp Bubble is very good. So, if you want her to really get the full effect of her abilities, you may want to give her pass, but that's not something you would give her in Hall of Forms. You'd try to give her, like, better stuff. She comes with, what was it? She came with Dive Bomb, so you'd probably want to give her aerial maneuvers instead. Although, it's irrelevant, the warping from aerial maneuvers, because she already warps anyway. So, like, what else could you give her in the B skill? Maybe Counter Roar, I guess. But I'll have to look into it. I'll do the builds video for these guys, and we'll take a look at, like, some good stuff you can give them later. Okay, then we have this here. So, a new customization support pack. It looks like this is going to be a castle background. They're not mentioning the bonus SP thing here. Typically, when you get the castle backgrounds, they give you bonus SP 5 times for the first 3 months, and then afterwards it goes down to 2 times SP. There's no mention of that here. I don't know why, but it should probably still apply. And it's $9 US, and you get 22 orbs in the background. So I guess, like, if you like the way the background looks, then go for it. But I never recommend anyone get these. Okay, so next up we have the stats, and this is where Reddit's new style really pisses me off, because look how ugly this looks. They actually distorted the image too, so I can barely even see what the hell is going on here. So, as we go along, we're going to fill this out. I mean, I have my stat sheet here so we can actually get some good usage out of our eyeballs. So, we're going to start with Ivy. So, of course, Ivy is the star of the banner. Ivy is best waifu from Engage. I'm surprised they didn't do Gold Mary, actually, because Gold Mary, I would have preferred Gold Mary to Rosado or to Kagetsu, but what are you going to do, right? Gold Mary, she'll make her way in eventually. So, stats for Ivy, we have 41 HP. We got 47 attack, quite a lot there. 34 speed, 26 defense, and then 30 res. All right, we got to make the stat sheet a little wider. Okay, there we go. So, Ivy's really good. I mean, she's got Potent built in, so she can triple attack just like Marth. She can move 1,000,000 spaces. If you give her ally support, she can warp 2 spaces within an ally within 3 spaces that she's ally supported with. So, very wide radius of mobility. She can move... How much ground could she cover if she does that? An ally in 3 spaces and then 2 further spaces. That would be 5 reach. She can move 5 spaces in a turn. And then she's a ranged unit as well. So that's effectively 7 reach. That's the highest in the game. Pretty much. So she can do that. Or if you don't want to do that, you can have no ally support and just give her +1 movement at the start of the turn instead. So that's also an option. And then the amount of damage she does, she nullifies enemies' DR. She's got freaking Soaring Echo, which was the biggest mistake they ever made. Now, flyers can run crazy shit in the C-skill, like what she comes with, which is Deadly Miasma. People were downplaying Deadly Miasma a lot, but all of a sudden, it's now the best flying C-skill, because it's just Omni Lull, and then all stats -5 on the foe, and it changes terrain. Like, are you kidding me? That shit is so bonkers now, that you can run Soaring Echo in the seal. So, or in the Echo slot. So, yeah. Ivy's insane. They want you to wail to get copies of Ivy. You can fodder her and keep the copy because she's an attuned hero. So, all that stuff is very good. Okay, so that is my breakdown for Ivy. Let's check her BST here. So, we got 41, 47, 34, 26, and 30. Okay, so that gives Ivy a 178 BST. Okay. And then for Boons and Banes, this is going to be tricky because I can barely even see what the hell is happening here. Looks like a Bane on HP, which is usually what happens. Then we got plus attack there, which is obviously very good considering she has Potent there. Alright, so speed is also a super boon on speed, which is wild. Ivy wasn't really fast, not here or in Engage, because she tries to just blow people up in one shot. She had tons of attack. And then she would just use her insane reach and flying and mobility and Kanto to dominate the enemies like that. One of the best candidates for Sigurd's Ring, by the way. Okay, nothing on defense, and then nothing on... Well, actually a Bane on res. I don't think that matters too much. She's not going to try to stack res. So, plus attack, plus speed. Rare to see plus speed on a unit with no speed. Okay, let's take a look at her artwork as well. So, very delicious, very voluptuous. God, I love Ivy so much. Yeah, the Ivy's design is just so wonderful. She's got, like, the funeral dress on. She's got all these roses there. And then, of course, she has the the flat earth head accessory thing. I don't even know what this is called. What is this called, by the way? If one of y'all out there knows what her head accessory is called. And then, of course, she got the fishnet stockings with the rose pattern. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Miriam from Bloodstained. Yeah, because Miriam has, like, the stained glass all over her body. It kind of looks like that. With the flower design on her fishnets. Alright, there we have the injured artwork. Kind of showing off a little bit of the cleavage there, which I am okay with. Alright, so there we go for Ivy's artwork. It's very good. Alright, let's move on to Hortensia up next. I guess we can close out of these things. We don't need those anymore. Okay, so Hortensia, baby sis. Little Miss Peppermint Patty with that hairstyle. So Hortensia has got 36 HP. We have 44 attack. We got 47 speed, way faster than Ivy. 16 defense, and then 34 speed. I don't remember Hortensia being, like, blitzingly fast like this. I remember she was very similar to Ivy. She had, like, a ton of attack, and then mobility, and what made her really good was access to staves. But... okay, just turn her into a speed beast in this game. So, let's check BST now. So, 36 HP, 44 attack, 47 speed, and 16 defense, 34 res. Alright, that gives us a 177 BST, just 1 point shy of Ivy. Doesn't even matter. She's a rearmed hero. You just want to get copies of her to fodder off to your other guys, and she is a clinic of fodder for staffs, because she's got Return Plus. She has the new Arcane Staff. And then she's also got, what else? She has Woeful Staff in the B skill, so that's also quite good. And what was her C skill was her unique. I forgot what her A skill was. I think it might have been like Catch 4, but I don't remember. Either way, she's a very good fodder unit. So you're going to be able to get some good stuff for your staff units. The staff itself is not the craziest offensively. It just does -1 special trigger, all stats of 5, and then essentially +7 true damage. I think it had a support effect in there too, but I can't remember. But it's a pretty decent staff for support. Oh, it had the saline effect. That's what it was. Where it heals allies in combat after... Or heals allies after their combat that are within 3 spaces by 7 HP. So it's got a little support effect in there, which is okay. I wish they would have tacked on some more damage, though. Like, just give us a crazy offensive staff. So, for Boons and Banes for Ivy, or Hortensia, rather, we got a Bane on HP, which... Actually, no, that's a Boon on HP. Alright, so we got plus HP, very healthy Peppermint Patty. Okay, plus attack, of course. I think, I gotta say, plus attack is probably the most common super boon ever. Plus speed, too. Alright, yeah, of course. She actually makes use of it, unlike Ivy. Alright, nothing on defense, and then... Looks like nothing on res either. So, plus HP, plus attack, plus speed for Hortensia. Very interesting. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at her artwork now. Okay, so Hortensia... her design, she just straight up looks like a VTuber. Honestly, like, I could see her doing Hollow Live streams, for sure. That's how I've always felt about this character. I'm not the biggest fan of Hortensia. At least not in terms of her actual character, like how she acts. But I do like her as a unit. She's really awesome. And I like her class, too. The Sleipnir class is pretty awesome. If you guys know your Digimon, Sleipmon is actually pretty badass. So, pretty cool stuff. And there is her injured artwork. She's got this big love scepter. What does she think she is? A magical girl? Like, she's gonna join Sailor Moon and company? I don't know. Hey, Hortensia is, like, all over the place. She wants to be a VTuber. She wants to be a Sailor Scout. Alright, so there we go from her. Next up, we got Rosado, who... I would have preferred Goldmary, personally, but... Okay, sure. We got Rosado here. Now, Rosado has a really good B-skill, actually. We'll talk about that in a moment. But for stat line, we have 40 HP. We've got 43 attack, 46 speed. We got 44 defense. Oh, God, that's a lot. Yeah, 44 defense, 16 res is bullshit, but holy crap, man. 44 defense with the way his B skill works is going to be sick. So, let's see here. All right, hold on. Okay, 40 HP. Then we got 43 attack, 44 speed, or 46 speed, 44 defense, and then 16 res. Okay, 189 for the BST from Rosado there. Now, what do we say about this guy's B skill? It's pretty cracked. What does it give you? True damage reduction, and then it gives you the Diamant effect where enemies need to have 20 extra points of speed to actually get the double on you. So, they've come up with a new way to give, like, null follow. It's like null follow-up 2.0 almost, where instead of negating effects that give you guaranteed follow-ups and negate follow-ups and things like that, we're just raising the speed cap necessary for the speed checks. So, it's a really dirty way to give the middle finger to other speed characters in speed checks. So, this guy with his 46 speed is going to be able to make very good use out of that. And it also it uses the defense to check for your true damage and true damage reduction. And the true damage reduction is also applicable to enemy brave attacks as well. So it's a really good B skill. It's going to be awesome on a lot of your flying type units. It's basically flow flight, but with way more gusto. So that's good there. His res is very weak, but that's not relevant whatsoever, because you just give this man guidance 4, and then all of a sudden he's protected by far save armors. Possibly the new Myrrh or Byleth or whoever you want to go for. So low res is not even a factor for this guy. Okay, so for Boons and Banes, we have... Alright, Bane on HP, which sucks, but... Bane on HP and Boon on attack is like the most common thing. Okay, doesn't look like anything on attack, which is unfortunate there. But we do have a Super Boon on speed, which we'll definitely take. Alright, doesn't look like anything on defense there, and then nothing on res either. So only speed for Rosado, which... speed is fine, we'll take that. Adds more to his ability to tank hits. You wouldn't expect Rosado, soft and delicate Rosado to be a tank like this, but... I mean, there you go. Okay, so artwork now. Artwork, of course, Rosado. He's... I think they said something in Engage where... this is supposed to be like the male attire from his country, and then he tweaked it to his own liking. Something like that, right? I can't remember exactly, but man, what's going to happen to his successor or the next person in line who has to wear this outfit? Like, maybe they're not into the same kinds of things as Rosado, so... I mean, there we go. It's just permanently going to be this now. All right, oh, yeah, I love this. They did this with Lapis as well. They gave them a smash weapon on the artwork, which is really cool. Yeah, I wonder if they're ever going to do smash weapons in Fate. Like, after combat, you inflict, like, shove or smite on the enemy after you hit them. It would be pretty interesting, just to, like, ping-pong enemies around. All right, there's the injured artwork from Rosado there. Okay, so now we have Kagetsu, who's going to be our demote on the banner. Not too much to say about Kagetsu. His weapon is just like, it steals enemies, well, it doesn't steal them. It flips enemies' bonuses into debuffs. Then it gives all stats up 4 or 5. I can't remember which. So, it's a typical just demote sword. Nothing too crazy. And then he's got null follow-up in the B skill, which is definitely good. So, he at least has a decent fodder skill for a banner demote. Alright, and he could be a decent god sword, too. Let's take a look here. So, 42 HP, 43 attack, 47 speed. Oh, he's actually the fastest now. He's faster than Inigo and Lapis. Then he's got 35 defense and 25 res. Yeah, he's going to be a pretty decent merge project then. If he's got 47 speed like that. If he has a super boon, that would be nuts. Alright, hold on. Let's check that right now. Okay, nothing on HP, I don't think. Plus attack, which we would prefer plus speed. Let's hope that he has that. So plus attack, 47 speed there, minus... Yeah, he does. He's got plus attack and plus speed. Yeah, so Kagetsu is the new Inigo, pretty much. Alright, nothing on defense, and then... nothing on res. So, plus attack, plus speed with 43, 47, and then 35 defense is solid enough for melee combat. So, yeah, Kagetsu seems like he's going to be a pretty nice merge project if you want to go for him. Just over time, as your copies come in, just go for the merges that way. It's never a good idea to just go, like, ham on these 4-star demos, unless you're specifically chasing the plus 10. So, BST, 42, 43, 47... 35, and then 25. Okay, so that gives us a 192 BST, which is just about in line with what's going on right now. So, yeah, he's going to be able to score decent. Not as high as, like, units like Vigard and, what's the other guy? Fargus and, like, all those recent Grand Hero Battle units that have perf weapons, and then they've got, like, 200 plus BST. So, he's not going to be that high scoring, but he does score pretty good. Okay, and finally, let's take a look at his artwork before we move on. So, here is Kagetsu's art. It's kind of a shame that they made him a demote, because he is very popular in Engage. He's one of the better units for sure. He might actually be the best of the retainer characters, I think. Like, out of all the retainers, I feel like he's definitely the most powerful one. So, there we go with Kagetsu's art. Injured artwork I could do without. I think I would have liked a better pose than just that, but... the attack art there, the special one, looks pretty good. Okay, now we have Mauvier. So, this guy is very liked by the community. He's probably the favorite villain of the game. He's like the Selena, right? He's the villain that we all feel sorry for. So, he's not the leader. He's one of the 4 hounds, I think they're called. So, let's take a look here. Let's see what Mauvier's got cooked up for us. All right, so we got 42 HP. We have 44 attack. We have 18 speed. Okay. That's some Edelgard stuff. 46 defense, 35 res. Yeah, that's an Edelgard stat line. 18 defense and then everything else in attack and defense. Or 18 speed, everything else in attack and defense. We have a cavalry lance type from Mauvier. Let's see his BST here real quick. 42, 44, 18, 46, and then 35. All right, so 185. Oh, they couldn't give him one more to jump him into the 190 bin. That would have been fire. He does have a perf weapon, so his score will jump up a bin anyway. And for Boons and Banes on this guy, let's take a look. Alright, doesn't look like anything on HP there. Nothing on attack, that's an RIP. Nothing on defense, or nothing on speed, rather. He has plus defense, okay. So at least he's got something. And then on res, we have nothing either. So plus defense, pretty much the only thing for Mauvier. It looks like a pretty good boon for him, though. It jumps him into base 50. Yeah, so, okay, let's take a look at what his weapon does now, because I haven't read it yet. I do know that he has a perf weapon, though. Or, before we do that, let's look at the artwork. So... Man, this guy is pretty thick. Look at the size of his pants. There's some very fluffy pants that he's got. Alright, so here is the attacking artwork. Pretty good. Oh, I like that. I like the effect there. Very glossy looking purple. And then there's the injury. Oh my god, look. That was his thigh in there? What the hell? I thought his pants were just like really poofy. No, dude. This dude does not skip leg day. Holy shit. Okay. Alright, so Mr. Thunder Thighs Mauvier. Alright, let's take a look at his stuff now. Let's see what his skills are. So he's got Penitent Lance, which is a 16 might, 1 range weapon. Grants defense up 3. At the start of the turn, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants Hexblade and Null Panic to unit and allies in 3 spaces of unit. Okay, he's already cooking. Hexblade is a really good status to be giving out. As we just saw on Rosado, it's like all defense and no res. So like if you're able to target res in melee combat against Rosado, this is really good more so for melee units than like range types. Because like the units that really want to have Hexblade are the ones that aren't going to get blocked by save attacks. So melee types being able to Hexblade is really good. Yeah, he's certified Hood Classic. Hexblade Null Panic support to all allies in 3 spaces? Yes. Alright, then at the start of combat, if his HP is over 25%, he makes a guaranteed follow-up. Inflicts a penalty on foes' attack and defense equal to the number of bonus effects active on unit. He's already giving himself 2. And the sky's the limit. Who knows how many other bonuses you can get. Excluding stat bonuses times 2 plus 6 for a max of 12. Okay, so they did put a cap there. They didn't give him the Brave Crom and Legendary Crom treatment where it's unlimited. But still, attack and defense minus 12 on the enemies is very good. And if the number of bonus effects active on unit, excluding stat bonuses, is greater than or equal to 3, reduce damage from foe's first attack by X% during combat. If the foe can make a follow-up, X is 80. Otherwise, X is 40. And then it's Brave attack as well. Wow. What the hell? Mauvier is cooking. What the hell? Yeah, he's got 80% Brave attack DR if he's got over 3 bonuses. They basically built this man to give him like Prime 4. So you would want to give him attack and defense Prime 4 from the Winter Edelgard. Okay, for some reason Ivy... Why are we looking at Ivy now? Soaring Echo. Okay, so obviously this is flyer locked, and it's also bullshit. Can't believe they made Soaring freaking Echo a thing. Okay, yeah, it's basically Brave Attack DR. He gives Hexblade and Null Panic support, and then he does attack and defense minus 12 to the enemies. A very strong weapon for a Grand Hero battle unit. So people are going to be very happy about that. People really like this guy. All right, he has Ignis as his special. We got, of course we do, right? Of course, Seal Attack 3. The most meta skill to ever exist. With one of the best fodder level 4s, right? Seal Attack. That's exactly what we wanted on our Grand Hero battle. Then he's got Rouse Attack and Defense 3 as well. I guess it's prerequisite for Alarm, so we can't fault that too much. But Seal Attack, dude, come on. Alright, then Kagetsu's got Ideal 3 at 4-star, which is... I guess that's a little bit more efficient than Miriam, or... Is that her name again? The, like, magic lady from Awakening. I'm pretty sure it's Miriam, right? She had Attack and Speed Ideal 3 as well, but she has it at 5-star. So getting this at 4-star is fine. Then we have Null Follow-Up at 5-star, which I guess is also fine. Okay, and then Wyvern Rift. What is the prerequisite for this? Okay, Wyvern Flight or Flow Flight. So it's kind of both. I thought it was just going to be Flow Flight, but... Yeah, because all of the effects here, besides the Diamant Speed Check, is pretty much from Flow Flight. Which is cracked. So, no, you could use either. That's pretty good, because Wyvern Flight 3 sucks. Flow Flight is kind of decent. So, like, you could use You have two options for the prerequisite there. And then it's locked to flyers, and it's locked to melee as well, but it's not for dragons and beasts, of course. They get locked out of everything. So your swords, lances, and axe flyers, pretty much. Yeah, no shenanigans, no like melee types, no daggers and bows. So it's pretty much just sword, lance, axes, and flyer. Okay, that's fine. It's a really good beast skill, so that's fine. Okay, and then Glitter of Light. Okay, I forgot about this, too. Yeah, so Hortensia also has a new special for stave units, which inflicts flash, and then it deals 45% bonus damage based on res. So, yeah, that's not too shabby. Of course, she's got the -1 on her arcane staff as well, so this is a 2-hit special. And then she also gets special acceleration on that arcane staff. So, gonna be very easy to activate this. I'm pretty sure you can refine it to get Wrathful Staff or Dazzling Staff as well. Her arcane staff. So then the fact that she comes with Poetic Justice is going to be very, very juicy fodder for all of your staff units. So there we go. I think that covers everything here. Let's just do a quick refresh and make sure it really does cover everything. All right, yes, it does. So there we go, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Mauvier is... Damn, that is a bad dude. I was not expecting him to be such a good GHB.